Hello, doctor. I'm Yu Yi. My magic number is A197816. We should abolish the death penalty. It is persuasive speech. I will argue the death penalty should be abolished presently. It is an inefficiency, inhumane, and unjust practice that poses significant normal, legal, and social risks. The speech is instructed into the clear introduction, body, and conclusion. According and audience rose the key reasons for abolition. And there are 4 parts in my presentation. First is introduction, second is main body, third is conclusion, and fourth is call to action. Let me introduce the part 1. The part 1 is about the introduction. The speaker opens with a thought-provoking question. If someone is wrongly sentenced to death and later found to be innocent, can we recover? This rhetorical question challenges the audience to consider the irreversible consequence if a miscarriage of the justice. The speaker established their credibility of statistics, indicating that 5% of death penalty cases worldwide involve wrongful convictions, enhancing the irreversibility of such errors. The central thesis is the introduction. We should abolish the death penalty because it is ineffective deterrent to crime, carries an irreversible risk of miscarriage of justice, and is contrary to humanitarian principles. The part 2 is about the main body. The main body is about ineffectiveness of the death penalty, ethical concerns and humanitarian principles, social and legal impact of miscarriage of justice, alternatives to the death penalty. The last one is global trend towards abolition. The ineffectiveness of the death penalty. The speakers argue that the death penalty does not effectively deter crime, citing studies showing not significant difference between death penalties and the life imprisonment in terms of reducing crime rates. Additionally, the risk of judicial errors resulting in the execution of the innocent people is enhanced, undermining the credibility of the justice system. The equal concerns and the humanitarian principle. The death penalty is present as a violation of basic human rights, particularly the right to life. It is deemed critical and inhumane, contradicting the ethical principles of respect for life. Furthermore, the death penalty is seen as a poorly punitive measure that fails to promote offender or reintegration into society, highlighting the failure to embrace modern restorative justice approaches. The social and the legal impact of the miscarriage of justice. The speaker discussed the tragic consequences of the wonderful executions. They include the loss of innocent life and damage of the public trust in the judicial system. The real perpetrators may go unpunished, and the family members of both victim and wonderfully convinced individuals may suffer indications trauma. The speakers also highlights the waste of the resource involved in the death penalty cases, noting the ineffectivity of the legal process and the failure to occurrence judicial errors once an execution is carried out. The alternative to the death penalty. The speakers propose life imprisonment if the further and more effective alternative life sentence offers the possibility and enhancement and reintegration, leading more closely with the principles of restorative justice. The speakers further assess that the abolition of the death penalty would contribute to a more just and equitable society, where punishment is fair and restrained rather than punitive and irresistible. The global trend toward abolition. Finally, the speakers point out that the global trend is increasingly towards the abolition of the death penalty, with many countries having already abolished it. The United Nations has called for its global abolition as a symbol of presence in human rights and modern civilizations. The part 3 is about the conclusion. The conclusion. In the closing remarks, the speakers called action, arguing an audience to educate themselves on the social, legal, and human rights implication of the death penalty, and to support efforts aimed at its abolition. The speaker encouraged particulation in public compliance, advocacy for the legislative change, and support for judicial reforms, and promote fairness and prevent wrongful conviction and conclusion. The strong, with a memorable statement, every life is worth respecting, and very mistake is through contacting. To abolish the death penalty is not to abandon justice, but to choose a more just, humane, and sustainable future. The part 4 is about the call to action. The audience is urged to actively participate in the abolition movement by supporting relevant legislation, engaging in public awareness campaigns, and advocating for judicial reforms. The speaker emphasizes that the decision to abolish the death penalty is not only the legal matter, but also a normal responsibility shared by all. Thanks for watching.